Uh, okay, recording's happening. Yeah, I guess I'll have to deal with the yellow bars. Fan-fucking-tastic. Alright, hold on. Let me finish setting that up for you while the opening plays.
Dapat 1 hour lang tayo dito.
I'm fine with that.
11:25.
Let me open up the rest of this shit. Apparently the screen still gets messed up every now and then, so be very careful when moving around. Make sure you don't shake the screen too much. That's no good. Alright. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Identitatem Discrimin, Season 4, Lies Within. I always feel like I'm forgetting something with these types of things. I usually am, though. That is usually indeed the truth. But, right, last we left off, we continued fighting and discovering the confusion that was reversed star. Fun fact.
Ano na yung last?
Reverse star represents confusion and chaos.
A lot of confusion and chaos.
But when upright, it represents clarity and hope. Which, you know,
Saan na siya
fittingly.
punta? Tsaka asa na si Mirai? Kalimutan ko na. Paano natin na sugpo yung ano? Kalimutan ko na.
Oh, don't worry, I'll get to it for now, though. Too scary. Nope. This'll do. Kakigurui. Right. So, you are on your phone, Tokyo. She waits a bit until finally someone picks up. Oh, it's you, my dear Tokyo. How have you been? It is your grandmother's voice. You are simply relieved to finally hear her voice again. I say grandmother, but more fittingly, it's just your mother. She's just really old now. Say, you haven't called me or even gone home for over a week now. What's happening over there with your work, dearie? I hope you're safe.
Walang alam yung mom niya.
Don't worry about me, mother. In fact, I probably won't be able to call you for this'll probably be the last call I make in a long time. You see, I'm going somewhere far away, in fact, and I'll be very busy. So, please just know that I'm safe and that I love you very much. Tokyo, that sounds really ominous. What exactly is going on there? Don't worry about it. I'll be fine. That Tokyo hangs up. She looks over at the bridge and throws away her phone into the water. And puts back her robe on. Mirai approaches Tokyo. Have you finished your business then, Tokyo? You've thrown away your phone, just like I asked, right? Tokyo simply nods. Mirai also takes on her robe. Then let us go. We must return back to the others. We cannot be split up for this long. And so Tokyo and Mirai exit the bridge as the din of the crowd becomes their disguise as they hurriedly but sneakily try to find their way back to their headquarters. Somewhere else though, two more hooded figures watch the morning news as it plays on a TV store. And as of right now, the president continues his incredibly what's like the word for it? Aggressive mission against the so-called incredibly dangerous Contrabida gang and the traitorous used to be popular for their heroics, but has been foiled and revealed for their true colors by the president himself, the Angel Seekers. He has announced that the bounty for anyone being able to capture the Angel Seekers alive or dead has been raised by another 1,000,000 pesos. In order to encourage even the normal civilians to help for the cause. Meanwhile, though, more and more of the police forces have been getting granted these special abilities known as IDIV abilities in order to further enhance the president's so-called elite guards in order to protect the beloved country even further. The elite forces used to spread only throughout Manila, but now it's spreading throughout the entirety of Luzon and is now even beginning to spread further down into Visaya and soon Mindanao. He also states that penalty has been increased for trying to ignore the quarantine rules as well as trying to ignore the curfew rules of you not being home at midnight. Anyone caught at midnight or anyone caught trying to escape or get inside the Philippines are allowed to be killed on the spot. That is all of the news that the president wanted us to hear. Remember, anyone seen outside their house at 8 p.m. or later are shot on the spot. Surveillance watches and protects you always. Now for other news.
Anong tawag dito? Parang Marcos. Ano nga yan? Ano nga yung panahon? Martial law.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm trying to do here, yeah. Since they
Kilala si Marcos? Hindi niya pinag-aralan sa history?
I'm familiar with the martial law and Marcos and stuff, and yeah, that is indeed what I'm trying to mimic here. With him trying his best to get rid of not only the Angel Seekers but also Contrabida very aggressively and stuff. The news moves on behind the hooded figures as if after being reminded, they realized that yep, there are indeed surveillance cameras pretty much all over the streets now after the president, after the crowning of the new president.
Tamang-tama. Very timely kasi si Marcos na ulit ang uupo ngayon eh.
Terrible.
Ang anak ni
I swear, these aren't intentional. I am also aware that the current Russian president or whatever is also named Vladimir. But yeah, that was just a coincidence, okay? I just wanted Dracula to be the main villain.
Because Dracula's name is Vladimir. Not
Yep.
Putin.
Rasputin, lover of the... goddamn, this series is cursed. The news moves on, and the civilians murmur amongst themselves, "I still can't believe those angel seekers. I had so much faith in them. I even let them do some of the missions and stuff, and I really trusted them. But now, as it turns out, they're nothing more than scammers and murderers. For shame. I really hate people like those." The two hooded figures, having heard and seen enough, both nod to each other and walk off. After making sure that no one is watching them, they head off to a deep and dark alleyway, filled to the brim with trash and flies everywhere. And the alleyway is actually so slim they need to move side to side and just deal with their clothes getting messy by all the grime and dirt on the wall, until finally arriving at a staircase that, again, as usual, and then after a staircase that leads downwards, and then there's a door, a metal door with a slit thingy on it. One of the hooded figures knock on the metal door, boom, 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 like that, and then the slit opens. "Who goes there?" a woman said. A woman can't be any older than in their teen years. "Are you a friend or are you a foe?" The hooded figure takes off their shirt, their thing, to reveal themselves as Aya and Sung. "We're back from our excursion." She also revealed, the two of them reveal various plastic bags and stuff that they have. "And of course, we are aware of the password." They whisper the password, and after hearing it, "Welcome back, Aya and Sung. We've been worried sick." And with that, the door opens, and the one that's been that was in the eye hole was actually Deadma.
So, kompleto na sila sa ano nila?
Yes.
Sa, ano tawag yun? Hideout?
Yeah. The hideout they're in is different now.
The new hideout.
Yes, it's a different hideout.
Location.
Yeah, because literally first day that the president and stuff happened, they had to leave because yep, it was immediately raided. For some reason, the government was already aware of their secret hideout, so they had to abandon ship per se. It was Mirai that found this new location. It used to be an underground shelter for governments and other such higher-ups, and was used during like the Cold War or something, but it's been forgotten and abandoned.
Underground yun?
Yes. And no one uses it anymore, clearly. So now, you guys are using it. Mirai and Tokyo, Si, Sung, and Aya.
Is it inside the city or province? Kumbaga walang, yung location nila is parang desert na wala talaga nagpupunta.
Yeah, it's in a very urban place. A place where there's lots of like poor people and stuff. It's a very impoverished place, yeah. Probably somewhere far away from Cavite, I'm pretty sure. Let's say it's like a Tondo, Manila or something still.
Bukas pa rin yung alam mo. Nakasaksak.
Oh, don't worry about it. I was worried sick, Mirai said. When Tokyo and I managed to come home first, we feared that the worst happened and you guys were caught. Don't be silly, Aya said. There's no way me and Sung would be foolish enough to get caught during our little excursion, ain't that right, Sung?
Nabili sila pagkain nila? For the whole week?
Yeah. Well, it's not easy, you know, considering we're not really allowed to buy things anymore, since any transactions could potentially be tracked back to us.
And the surveillance camera is all over the city.
And with surveillance cameras all over, I can't exactly be going around using my credit card,
Pero
and
hindi
my
pa naman
family
kilala sila, di
name.
ba? Ang kilala lang yung apat, si Mirai, Tokyo, Billy, and Palacia.
Uh,
Aya, Amy, Dedma, sa Fidel, and Sam is not yet revealed.
And besides, after the president revealed who the members of the Angel Seekers are, I've kind of been disowned by my family. I can't really use my money anymore. So as such, this was the best we could steal without raising too much suspicion at the marketplace. So Fidel steps out of Chocological. Oh God, thank fuck, finally! I'm so goddamn hungry. We haven't eaten in 3 days! She immediately goes to the pack and sees the food. What's this? Opened canned bread? And other sorts of junk? Are these even edible? Well, they're as edible as can be. We're literally beggars, so the term applies. Beggars can't be choosers. Oh, how I miss having actual food. She glumly accepts the food that was given to her. She takes out the cleanest looking can she could find and begins eating it as she heads back to continue working on Chocological. I know since everyone's back that we're gonna do our usual meetings and stuff, but I really don't have the strength, and besides, I'm still working on Chocological. I swear I'm almost done. She says, and with that she heads back. Well, it's not like Mirai could contribute much to the conversation we'll be having anyway, Mirai said. With that, the 8 of you huddle around in a circle as everyone gets their share of food, and discussion begins. Mirai begins. So, in short, things aren't looking well. It's been, what, 8 days now since we've been doing our thing, hiding, on the run, and things are not looking good. Getting supplies have been constantly getting increasingly harder as surveillance increases, and now with that curfew and our bounty ever higher, no doubt the police trying to do anything during the night has become increasingly harder. More and more guards surveying and taking care of curfew.
Kung bakit tina-target sila ng government? Why the Angel Seeker is targeted by the government? Hindi nila napag-uusapan sa group. Wala ba nagtatanong? Hindi ba nagtatanong si Amy na what is happening? We are saving people. Why the government is against us?
Not to mention, Billy says, this place is really unsanitary. I really don't care about that stuff, but Panacea here, as a doctor, can I just say, I'm not just complaining because this place is dirty. I'm complaining because it is dirty, and scientifically speaking, it's a miracle we still haven't caught any diseases. You're lucky you have my ability taking care of everyone and constantly vaccinating you guys. But you know, it's only a matter of time. And yeah, friendly reminder again why all of this is happening. Right, I'm afraid this really truly is my fault, Mirai says, and for that, I apologize. Not to mention, you guys went out of your way 8 days ago to save me from my own inability. Flashback. When Tokyo gave a hug to Mirai with that speech, Mirai hugged her back, and Reverse Star, in a blinding flash of light, returned back to the normal shooting star, the sword. And Mirai grabbed it back and stuff, and she mentions, it feels as if Shooting Star has become lighter and more powerful. Impressive work. I feel as if this is the result of our bonds becoming stronger. Thank you. Now then, we don't have much time. the four of us will have to split up and gather everyone. Make that 5. A girl said, and they look up to find Aya. I was keeping watch of everything. The wind can always hear all. I'm like Superman or something, you know? I can always hear anyone from a mile away.
Si Aya ba yung nakakakita ng future?
No. That is Dedma with her ability, Liar Liar, which has the ability to see someone dying 24 hours ahead of time.
Siya yung reporter din.
Aya is a reporter. No, Dedma is just another high school student. Yeah.
Best friend ni Amy.
Yes.
Okay. So Fidel is?
So Fidel?
Sino siya?
Her ability is known as Chocological.
Yeah, I know. Sino nga siya?
And she was
lang.
like, yeah, another just student, very bratty. Was the well, she used to consider them enemies and stuff, but now they are indeed very close friends, considering, you know, they're all.
Pala yung ng mid nung nagpalaglag si Amy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Which wasn't actually Amy, just to clarify in case anyone forgot, that was all just a setup in order to cause confusion and allow Amy to disappear without a trace and stuff by Sophie Dell's big brain plan. I've actually already alerted everyone. Just tell me the word and I'll make sure everyone knows where to go. Right. I know, Mirai says. I know, no doubt the HQ is no longer a safe place for us. It'll no doubt be raided soon. As we speak, police are probably already headed there. I know a different place we can hide. It won't be nice, but we got no choice. I know of an underground facility that used to be a shelter for, during the Cold War. That's where we'll be staying. All right, I heard ya. Everyone, I'll be sure to let everyone know that's where we're going. And once we get there, I'll be sure to apologize and tell everyone the story, my relation to the Contrabida gang. It appears I have no choice anyway. So, this so-called relation you have with the Contrabida gang, you've been after them for half a decade now? And you're like 13? How does that make sense? Yes, the last mission I did was indeed 5 years ago. I believe I was in Poland at the time. There was this village that was always constantly surrounded by fog, but that's not important. I heard of the Contrabida gang and heard that they were causing some ruckus, and believed that it might have been related to some inabilities. So I investigated as usual on my own, because I've always been able to do that on my own, but I underestimated the Contrabida gang. Their leader confronted me. Aptly named Contrabida was his name. Although that probably used to not be his name, it is now. I still remember my fight against him. So, you are the one who's been causing troubles within my familia.
Sabi ni ano yun, Billy?
No, the boss of Contrabida, aptly named Contrabida.
Nire-recall lang pala niya yung ano nila, yung encounter niya before.
So you're the leader, huh? It might be correct to assume then that you have an id-ability. An id-ability. Now what might that be? Oh, are you perhaps referring to the special power that I possess? So that is what they are called. Fascinating. Yeah, well I've come here to get rid of that ability, as well as your entire organization. How does it feel to have your entire life's work be crumpled over a single child? Oh, you underestimate me, child. I will admit You've done very well so far, taking care of nearly half of my organization's headquarters and drug dens and such. But my members, most of them aren't ID wielders. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm the only ID wielder. But you possess something that would be very valuable to me, and it would do me and my organization no good if I simply died here and allowed you to go with your way. You're talking about my ID discs then? Well, sorry to say this, but I'm not handing them out. Oh, I expected you wouldn't, which is why I'm here. I'm going to take them from you using my ID ability. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Well, ain't that a mouthful of a name? Yes, well, safe to say, with disability, no one has ever managed to trample me. And anyone that was too close, well, I just confront them directly, and my inability took care of the rest. His inability manifests. Huh, it looks pathetic and frail and weak as you as well, old man. This should be easy.
Pause mo na.
Nice.
Tignan ko lang yung ating nilaga. Umaabang din sa
Damn, I died. And underestimated. Oh well. Should be more than enough anyway. I should indeed just shut this down now and let it charge. Actually, it's basically already full charged. Yeah, actually these things are already full charged. I should just unplug them. It would be unhealthy otherwise. holds his head. Die, old fool! Ha! To put it simply, I underestimated anti-establishmentarianism's ability. The boss, to put it simply, he was invincible. The moment I touched his id, I realized the true potential of his ability. It was a truly cunning ability. An id ability I didn't even know could possibly exist. It was entirely automatic and defensive in nature. But even so, the parameters of how it worked were simply way too powerful. To put it simply, the moment anyone physically tries to harm the boss's id, or even just himself, his id activates and you become afflicted with his curse. And that curse being any attempts you have, and even just thinking of any attempts to harm the boss or even his organization, will cause retribution to fall upon you.
Wow.
Every time.
Yun, sobrang powerful nun, no?
Yep. I tried, after punching him, he took damage, but he only smiled, even though I was able to knock one of his teeth off. I tried stabbing him again, but for some reason, a knife landed into my kidney. I tried again, and this time, a car nearly accidentally ran me over of a drunk driver, and that's when I realized there was no point, so I ran away. Unfortunately though, during that battle,
that you can never win with the boss.
During that battle was when I lost my disc. No doubt, the boss was able to steal them.
Parang yung arrow.
Yep. And using that, he was able to make his gang all the more stronger. There were 9 of them total, but he probably didn't need all of them, all things considered. Most of them were probably sold to the black market. Those were the discs we've been trying to find all this time. The rest though, presumably, he only probably needed to keep 3 of them. Those 3 he kept to himself and used in order to grant id abilities to his organization. No doubt, one of the discs that were purchased somehow finally ended into the hands of the president, and that was how he managed to gain his id ability, and is now what he's using to create his army of id wielders. Wait, so how hasn't any calamity befallen you yet then? I thought any attempts against the Contrabida gang would cause calamity to befall you or something, wasn't it? Yes, which is why I've been very calculated and careful in all of my actions. For 5 years, I've been hiding, waiting, planning, and simply analyzing the state of this country, trying to figure out what to do. And it was only then that I realized a form of loophole I could use to at the very least gain my id discs back. Ah, us, right?
So may plan na si Mirai.
Yep.
May nakita na siyang way para ma-conquer niya ang boss.
Well,
She has a plan now.
No, I don't. In fact, I'm still trying my best to come up with it as we speak. But yes, Billy, you are indeed correct. You were my plan. I heard news of 3 people forming some sort of vigilante group and doing all sorts of work. That was when I realized that you guys had potential. I also learned about that necromancy group, and it was then I decided to call upon you guys and make my gambit. Were you guys capable of obtaining ids or not? If you were, I would have been able to use you in order to retrieve my discs and potentially even fight back against the Contrabida, because I realized that on my own I wouldn't be able to. I see. By technically not being our friends and stuff, and being only by distancing yourself and keeping the Contrabida secret, us trying to retrieve the discs didn't technically count as an attack against the Contrabida gang. So as such, no calamity has befallen you yet. Isn't that right? Well, I wouldn't exactly say that. Why, just yesterday I slipped on a banana peel and almost got the back of my head impaled by the side of a trash bin, dumpster thing. Jeez. Every now and then, I still slip, and the curse still affects me every now and then. But seeing the current state of things, all of us are now probably affected in some way by that curse, just by you guys being affiliated by me. I mean, even right now, who's to say the president being able to do all of this right now isn't just another one of those calamities?
So everything that is happening to us is because of you, and you didn't tell us this at first when you came.
Parang she slams the table, or rather just the ground, since there's no table. Not to mention, you've been technically using us all this time for your own gains. Again, I apologize. But I hope you could understand the situation I was in at the time. I couldn't trust anyone, and I couldn't trust anyone, lest they become part of the curse that I am now a part of and unable to escape from. What does Tokyo have to say in all this?
Since everything is not under control, and we are now in this situation, I think the best thing we can do is to come up for the solution. We have to think for the best so that no one can harm us.
Yeah, I know. No use crying over spilled milk. I knew you only had what was the best intentions, not just for us, but technically the entire country as well. You're technically some sort of hero, but yeah. With abilities like that, yeah, it's... So, what exactly can we do though? The government is against us, the criminal underworld is against us, and the civilians normal people don't exactly trust us anymore, and we can't exactly run away from the Philippines, what with the quarantine and all. What exactly can we do?
That's the angel seeker is not running away from this. We have to face this, and I believe in this team. I believe in this family.
I claps. Way to go. Although it's not much, hope is still something we should never let go of, Aya said. That is something I've learned as a journalist. Although most of us are powerless, my papers can give people hope. My information and stuff.
And Sam said, when this mess is up or done, Amy, I have to marry you.
Then we've been at it for 8 days now, and I'm confident we'll make it through tomorrow. I'm confident. Why? Well, it's because of my ability. That's how I know. I haven't foreseen anyone die yet during these past 8 days. I'm confident sooner or later an opportunity will present itself and we'll be able to make our comeback.
So guys, as a leader, we have to hang in there.
Leave it to you to always find a way to turn even the grimiest situations hopeful. Very well then. Well, for now, we very clearly don't have a plan, and we're still much too busy just trying to survive. And god damn these cockroaches, they won't go away. They keep trying to go for our food. Alright then. Well, with the rations we have, as long as we divvy it up and plan it, we should be able to survive for another week or so, at least. But we will need to gather supplies someday soon. So we should plan ahead. Who shall be going on excursions next, and who shall be staying to keep guard and stuff. You know? It's awfully weird seeing you be this responsible, Billy. I can be responsible when I want to, Panacea. What made you think I couldn't? So, what were you saying?
I think since si nagsasalita si Dedma.
Okay.
Since Tokyo, Billy, Mirai, and Panacea are very exposed now, I think the next to do the run is me, and who wants to join me? Amy, Sofidel, Sang?
Sofidel, huh? Did you call me? Oh, should I go on an excursion? First of all, my id ability won't really be all that much useful, and secondly, I am still working on Chocological. I believe you guys can probably leave the fort to me. So, Amy and Sung, you guys decide amongst yourselves. Well, if you ask me, any excuse to get out of here is nice, Sung said. And besides, it would be ungentlemanly of me to let a woman go out somewhere dangerous on her own. Don't you worry, with my Megami Tensei Dedma, as well as your ability, I have no doubt our excursion will be very fruitful. Much more fruitful than when I did it with Aya last time, at least. Hey, I was able to make sure we weren't getting caught by always listening in the wind for anyone that might be watching at us, you know? Well, you say you need information, right? So we can come up with a plan? Then in that case, allow me to go away too. Not on an excursion for food and stuff, but rather for information. Don't worry. I'm a master at what I do with my id ability. I doubt I'll be getting caught doing any snooping anytime soon. Any opportunity will be fruitful. In the end though, Tokyo, as usual, you're our leader. Do you have any qualms about this plan?
I am agree with Dedma. So Dedma and Sang, I believe you can do the run for our next days. And Mirai, I'm still hoping for you to think of the best solution or the best plan that we can, since you are the one who knows the big boss.
Yes,
and
well,
his ability.
The president being involved certainly adds an unexpected twist and makes coming up with a plan all the more harder. Actually, Aya, would you mind if I come along your excursion? Of course, with your permission, Tokyo. I have a feeling I'll need to do some field study as well in order to come up with plans and stuff.
Yeah, I think so. I will allow that so that we know the vicinity, and whatever happens when the raid comes and they discover our headquarters, we know where to go. So you have to survey the place.
Yes, let's see. That
Within
seems
up
good.
to 10 kilometers.
Huh. With Mirai and my ability, I'm pretty sure we can survey pretty much the entirety of the city of Manila, perhaps even farther than that, in just a day. So you can count on us.
Okay.
So,
Very well.
everyone's everyone's roles has been fulfilled. Actually, Sofidel, Amy, Sung, Dedma, Aya, and Mirai all already have their own thing, their own plans for this week. What about you, me, and Panacea? What do we do?
Panacea, since you are the big
Actually, Amy also still doesn't have anything she can do.
Amy is together with Denma and Sam. Tatlo silang lalabas. Mas marami silang
Actually,
mas marami silang mapuntahan at makuhang supplies.
With Sung having Megami Tensei, I'm confident Dedma and Sung will do well just together on their own. I'm still not too confident in my combat capabilities. In fact, actually, might I have a suggestion as to what I can do instead?
Okay, what is it, Amy?
Considering the supply shortages we've been having thus far and stuff, what with us not be having any money and all, no doubt our equipment has been getting worn thin as of late, hasn't it? Yeah, I mean, we threw away our phones and our communicators are definitely all old and busted up. Hey, this is Billy speaking. Panacea, can you hear me? God damn it! Didn't we already establish my thing doesn't work anymore? Stop that! You want me to go deaf in one ear? Ah, sorry, just checking again, just to be sure. Well, I propose I stay here and use my Amy like spiders ability in order to craft some equipment for us. It's only stuff made out of silk. Anything my spiders can weave, but it's something.
Wow.
I can craft us extra clothes since most of our clothes are already beaten up and dirty, and for that matter, Sofidel can probably do the laundry inside Chocological. That's within reason, right? Okay, fine. At least I guess I do need to be useful. I'll clean up people's clothes and make sure they can take baths inside my oh so sweet smelling Chocological, which the smell of Chocological as well as the smell of all this dirt is mixing. It's terrible. You know.
So that's it, guys. We have our duties and responsibilities, while you, Billy, you have to be on guard with this headquarters. You are the one to look out.
Alright, what about you and Panacea?
Panacea will be the one in charge of the health of everyone here in the headquarters.
I see. So she'll also be staying in the HQ.
Yeah. And me, I am also on guard of this headquarters.
I see. So, Tokyo, Billy, and Amy are going to be staying.
Yeah.
As well as Sofidel. The other half will be going on excursion.
Yeah.
Mirai and Aya will be doing some scouting and surveying, seeing what's up and stuff, while Sung and Dedma will be working together to forage on stuff.
For foods and anything that are gonna be useful, like toiletries, not just foods.
We've been doing our foraging thus far.
Medicines.
Yeah. Well,
And
Panacea already has medicine technically.
And if you can find an armory. Oh! Pwede pala maghanap ng armory sila, si Billy at Panacea.
You want them to join Sung and Dedma's foraging?
No, separate sila.
I see.
What do you think? Kasi kailangan may maiwan sa headquarters na isang Tapos si Billy, alam niya, he knows what are we gonna need in this battle. So I will toka Billy. Ano ba yung English ng toka?
Waki, huh?
Yung totokahan kita, itong job mo. So Billy and Panacea, your job is to find anything that will be helpful to us in the days that we don't know if tomorrow or maybe the next day these headquarters are gonna be find out. So we have to be prepared.
Amy as to the thing. Ah, yes, looking for any materials. It doesn't matter how junky it may look. As long as it appears to be made with something sturdy, that means I can craft something good with it using my ability, Amy adds. So don't you worry. You'll be surprised at what silk and a bit of scrap metal can make. I can probably, I don't know, make a pistol and some bullets.
Si Sofidel naman in charge siya in cleaning the headquarters. Not just the chocological. Little by little.
Fine, but Amy, you're gonna help.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Got nothing else better to do anyway.
Para maging comfortable naman tayo with our headquarters. So Sang and Deadman, not just food, find also some medicines and... Ay, kailangan ko ba natin medicines or not?
Panacea can technically already take care of that with her baby blood.
So just the foods and the toiletries.
Mirai and Aya will be doing some scouting for news, surveying the area and stuff. Maybe try to find some patrol routes so you guys can do excursions at night next time better. Sung and Dedma actually plan on going out of the town and into forests and stuff in order to pick berries and whatnots. Dedma has very good knowledge on mushrooms and stuff. She knows what's poisonous and what's not and stuff. And you know, they have lots of nutritious value.
Anything edible.
And yeah, animals, you know, can always hunt them. Billy and Panacea will be hunting in the city, going through junkyards probably and stuff, looking for scrap.
Billy and Panacea also, they have to find our escape car. Para if anything happens, meron tayong mabilis tayo alis.
A vehicle?
Yeah, an escape car.
Can
you do that?
Well, I doubt we'd be able to find a functioning car, but maybe we can find some materials and at the very least be able to make some sort of bicycle?
Yeah. No.
A tricycle?
We need a big car so that we can fit everyone there. So that if anything happens in the headquarters, we can escape immediately.
Stealing a car won't be easy.
No, you have to pay. You have to find a...
Like I said, you guys can't purchase anymore.
Oh yeah, anything that you can do at your best.
As long as the transport is able to carry one person, so Fidel adds, it should be more than enough, as long as it's quicker than running. Why? Well, because everyone else who isn't doing the running can just stay inside my Chocological.
Ah, like in the turtle in the JoJo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I promise it's almost done. I'm almost finished with setting it up. It'll be nice and comfy there soon enough. So, everyone's roles are set and stuff. Then, with that, the meeting is called off. And the next day, everyone suits up. Tokyo, Amy, and Sofidel wave goodbye as everyone else leaves to do their own thing. Meanwhile, in some sort of boot camp somewhere within Manila, there's a whole bunch of men, women, and even animals going through all sorts of intense training. Attention, sir! A group of men, women, and even a couple of dogs, and even some cats line up and obediently follow after their lieutenant's orders. Listen up, men. Who are we again? We are the elite soldiers of President Dracula, sir. That's right. And safe it is to say that all of us are powerful id wielders. And I've been making sure to train you guys so that you know how to best use the special talents granted to us by the benevolence that is our President Dracula, right? Sir, yes sir, we are grateful for your training. Right, so here's the big deal. You guys are the best of the best I've trained so far. The reason I called you here right now is because the President has decided to task me with a very special assignment that I am now passing on to you. No, it's just some random lieutenant guy talking to a whole bunch of the elite force.
Of the President?
Yes.
Okay. Sa kanila na tayo, tapos na tayo sa agency at sa Kontrabida gang.
A week has passed, and still no one has been able to see these pathetic angel seekers for 8 days. That is nearly over a week now, and frankly, the President is not happy with the results the elite forces have been putting up so far. Sure, you guys have been doing well, taking care of some criminal organizations and dealing with a couple of contraband stuff, but no! The biggest priority right now is angel seekers. So, I gathered you up here because I know you guys are the strongest and smartest among the id wielders. So if anyone has a plan, kindly step up. I won't scold anyone. Suddenly, a dog steps up. Oh, well, if it isn't Bravos, what is your name again, little pupper? My name is Scout, sir.
Ranger?
Yep. You're the dog with such intellect that you can use your id ability to communicate with us. Isn't that right? Now ain't that a good boy? So you say you have a plan? Sir, I would like to try sending in my squad with me on a mission to find the angel seekers. And do you have a plan? Yes, sir. With my trained, I have been trained by the police, and I've never failed to find, during the tsunami and stuff. Do you remember that? Ah, yes, I remember that. Well, not to brag or anything, but most of the missing people, I was able to find around 100 of them in just one day. Ah, well, aren't you a good dog tracker? But are you
impressive dog.
But are you confident you can find on-the-run criminals with that ability? No, sir. But since I have been granted the id ability, which I have dubbed World Search You, I'll be able to find them. Oh, a reconnaissance ability, eh? Very well then. I'm confident in you, but you're just one guy with one group. I mean, not to be mean or anything, but you're just a dog. I understand, sir. I'd like someone else to volunteer and try finding them. Try finding them, you say? Hehehe. A guy with sunglasses steps out. You are aware wearing sunglasses is against the dress code, right, Vermin? Vermin. Yes, that's a fitting name for me as well as my ability. I'd like to try finding them as well. Oh, really? And what do you have to offer that Scout already can't offer? Well, I'm not gonna find them specifically per se, but you remember 8 days ago when we raided their headquarters? Remember how none of them were there? Yeah? Well, I'm confident they're still probably hiding somewhere. And with my ability, I'll find them. No doubt they're somewhere my dear pets enjoy a lot. He raises his hand as a cockroach climbs up to his finger. My la cucaracha we'll be able to sniff out their headquarters and leave them once again without a home. In fact, I've already been searching them for a while now. That's fine, we're almost done anyway. Perfect! Then the two of you, do not disappoint me, nor the president. Yep, they'll be separating. Sir, yes sir. And then the dog, just does whatever dog post does. And it also says sir, yes sir.
Whoever find the angel seeker first will have a big amount of rewards.
Yeah. And with that, the two groups set out. We move to Sung and Dedma as they're foraging around in the forest. And suddenly Dedma mentions Sung. Sung, come over here, quick. Huh? What's up? Look over there. Huh? Is that my dead body? Something mauled me. And I know exactly what it is. A dog. A rabid dog's gonna try killing you, Sung. I believe an id ability. I don't know how, I don't know why. But my liar's never been wrong so far. An enemy id wielder, a dog id wielder is gonna try coming after us. Move, they hear in the distance. Scout told us his ability was able to track some people. 2 of them in fact, in this forest. So everyone spread out and lock this entire forest down. Oh shit, Dedma said.
Coming for us now, what are we gonna do?
Meanwhile, Amy is sewing up some new clothes for Tokyo and the gang when, alright spiders, hand me some more silk. Huh? She looks around to find, unable to find any of her spiders, and then she feels a drip like blood on her, and then she looks up the top to find some cockroaches all eating one of her spider minions. Holy crap! Yep. With Sung and Dedma, and now also Tokyo is Amy and Sofidel under attack by the enemy, by the president's elite force. How will they deal with this conundrum? To be continued.
Okay. We need to check my ulam.
Oh yeah, so that one was entirely just role-playing in 1 hour. Was it fun?
Yeah.
Lots of important information and stuff. You sure will. I'll be following suit down. It's just because mom hasn't touched the laptop just went on sleep mode. It's fine. Thank fuck. Here I was thinking we wouldn't be able to do 1.5 hour sessions anymore.